CYA Management.
John McIntyre, CYA Management.
Cameron Langley, CYA Management.
Zach Bramer, CYA Management.
Gideon Cole, CY Management. How y'all doing?
Alright, so this evening we're going to be speaking to y'all about the Highland Park Elementary School. We're looking at this project for the Highland Park Independent School District. We're looking at just under 150,000 square feet for this project, just inside the building itself. So, the proposed project is a 3-story elementary school to include a parking garage, elevator pit, and demolition of existing structures and utilities. The building's going to serve kindergarten through 4th grade students with 35 regular classrooms, administration offices, cafeteria, gymnasium, and arts classes. Some of the restrictions we came across were limiting our work in the existing building through 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and hours for allowed activities such as power driven fasteners. The hours that were listed were 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It was also asked that we do not interrupt utility services for the facilities occupied by the owner, and that we provide ID badges for all contractor personnel working on the project site, and those badges must be worn at all times. And adjacent buildings will be occupied during the entire construction period. So that being said, we need to schedule deliveries to minimize use of driveways and entrances, and we need to schedule them as well to minimize the space used for storing materials. It's a non-smoking campus. No employees will be smoking at all in the parking lot, in cars, or anything. So the structure of the building was, well, let's start with the foundation. It's reinforced concrete, grade beams, and drilled concrete piers that transfer the load into the limestone underneath. And they suspend the grade beams above the underlying clays to account for any swell or shrinkage. The parking deck will be made of reinforced concrete. The school shell will be made of steel columns supporting concrete floors, masonry, and a steel roof deck. The interior of the building will be made of metal studs, insulated and covered in drywall. Fire suppression systems, both wet and dry systems, will be installed. Here we have our form for any requests for interpretations.
That'll bring us to the logistics plan. Here we have the traffic flow design. Can you see the map up there? Okay. Obviously, the entrance is located on the northeast corner, and we have the entrance to the construction parking lot and laydown area. As you come in, you can see that, and then follow the arrows around it until the exit to the northwest corner. Equipment and materials shall flow in one single direction, as I just stated, to minimize the need for backing up. Your walkways, except for the exception of this, there's really no other way you could. That's going to have to cross paths with the traffic coming in. So the only other recommendation would be down here to move the walkway out of the potential backing up area of the traffic flow. Other than that, walkways coming into contact with traffic flow areas, cones and other warning signs shall be placed so workers are warned and injury and death is mitigated. That should be not only in the construction site layout, but it should be addressed and clearly visible before gaining entrance to the project site location. Laydown area shall be completely enclosed by some type of fence so as to mitigate unauthorized entry. We all know that nighttime comes around, people like to steal. Larceny is the #1 crime rate in Arkansas, or Little Rock per se. So clearly we have addressed that issue. By no means at any time shall anything be stored next to the fence. The OSHA recommendation for a non-structured area, I think it's within 3 feet. I put several feet, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 feet within the edge of the fence, so regular inspections can take place and maintain the integrity of the fence line around the laydown area. The job site trailer shall be the check-in point for all incoming materials and equipment being transported to the laydown area. You know, as stated earlier, the entrance to the laydown area is just due southwest of the entrance. Continuing on with the laydown area, all aisles and passageways must be kept clear to provide for free and safe movement of material handling equipment or workers. OSHA 1926.25A4 standard there. Bagged materials shall be stacked by stepping back the layers and cross-keying the bags at least every 10 bags high. Structural steel poles, pipe, bar stock, other cylindrical materials shall be stacked in blocks to prevent spreading or tilting. Just some OSHA standard. If we've ever been on a project, the working areas inside the construction layout all need to be visible and within clear visibility, visible line of the superintendent, project manager, whoever is on site, and you know, overwatching those processes taking place, daily activities, whatever it may be. In accordance with 29 CFR 1926.404B, a GFCI ground fault circuit interrupter or other assured grounding conductor is required for the protection and to maintain integrity of the job site trailer. Channelizing devices for temporary roads and structures, cones, tubular markings, whatever it may be, will be used throughout the duration of the project as needed to provide smooth and gradual temporary traffic movement from one area or lane to the other. So all along this area, obviously we would have visible sign and channeling devices. They shall be preceded by a subsystem of warning devices adequate enough in size, number, and placement to meet the needs of where the work is taking place, and that is obviously going to be covered before job site entry and all along the traffic flow pattern within the job site. Obviously our telephone number, and if we cannot self-supply our own traffic control devices, we would provide the number of CYA management and the supplier of the channeling devices on the backside of the device being used. Crane location, obviously you have some more standards here. Minimum clearance of 3 inches overhead and 2 inches laterally shall be provided and maintained between crane and obstructions in conformity with Crane Manufacturers Association of America, specification number 61. Where passageways or walkways are provided, obstructions shall not be placed so that the safety of personnel will be jeopardized by movements of the crane. You know, we have the crane entrance right here. We obviously would not want to store the mobile crane in the middle of the laydown area, as to that would make our laydown area very inefficient and very problematic in a lot of different reasons, or causing a lot of different problematic reasons, because if you're placing a crane in the middle of the laydown area, you're having to, I mean, essentially just, you know, work around that. And yeah, you know, we think the best location will be closer to the entryway of the laydown area for the crane location, considering repairs are obviously going to have to take place at some point. When storing or operating the crane, a barricade must be provided so as to prevent an employee from being struck or crushed by the crane, and that is a standard OSHA. The radius of the boom length, I could cite that, but I do not. A preventative maintenance program is available based upon the recommendations of the crane manufacturer. The program shall include a repair area, which is what I was just talking about, near the entrance of the laydown area, where the crane causes the least amount of obstruction and interference to the procedures that are taking place on the job, or material, you know, obstructing material in the laydown area, essentially. At all times, the crane's cab shall be located a minimum of 3 inches clearance from all fixed structures within the crane's location and possible movement. OSHA standard 1910.19C1II.
Okay, for the safety plan, us at CYA Management, we have developed a safety program that I did not attach, and I'm not gonna go word for word through because it's very lengthy, but I will hit some of the main points. Our goal, CYA Management's main and primary goal is to create and maintain a workplace with employees that understand, believe in, and work towards the goal of 0 accidents and 0 injuries. We believe safety is a major component of a successful project. The safety plan, we We have a safety plan that shall be followed by all employees and as well as all subcontractors at all times. We have based it off of the OSHA standards. As far as supervision, the project superintendent shall oversee the safety for the project, but each employee is responsible for their own safety and safety of others around. Each employee is then required to attend the new employee orientation, and this is to give new employees to the company or anybody to the area, the hazards that they will face throughout the job, just a general idea. And each employee is required to attend a day-to-day meeting, safety meeting, before the day starts to get an idea of what they will face that day, and hopefully eliminate the hazards and overlookings. Abatement, any violations will be written up by CYA management. Our first step is to correct the issues immediately if possible. Multiple offenses will not be tolerated and will result in termination. And that's about it for the safety plan. It is attached to what we submitted Monday.
So our scheduled plan, along with the safety program and the logistic, we are trying to create a schedule that would be mainly focused on what the owner would be wanting. So we are focused on duration. We had a start date begin on April 24th, and the end date was to go up to November 9th. So roughly about 140 days for the project. The scheduling will involve or include things like milestones, which are important dates, pretty much the deadline we have to meet. We are kind of group activities, not as detailed, but as should I say grouping. For instance, just give you an example, we have demolition and excavation based on the scope of work that needs to be done, which was roughly about 4.6 acres. In addition to that, we also tried to add some demolition on one end, and then as we're going halfway to the demolition process, then we could start our foundation and excavation work.
So here we got our GMP summary. We'll start off with our bid price, and our bid price is right now listed at $33,497. $33,497,855.47. And we have an overhead and profit contingency, which ours percentage is 15%. That comes out to around $5 million. It's listed there. So here we have listed our proposal form, just to verify that that is the actual proposal price that we did turn in to you guys. And we can go through a list of the general requirements. Can y'all see that very well? I have it here so I can read it.
Don't need to turn the lights on.
Okay. Well, our on-site and field office, we've kind of come to a total of, we have come to a total of $182,000 for all of our employees, and that includes a project manager, assistant project manager, senior project engineer, project accountant, superintendent, assistant, and assistant superintendent. Total on-site field office staff does come out to $182,000, like I mentioned before. Now our general conditions, our total general condition cost is $49,750, and that includes all of our field office, temporary fire extinguishers, office furniture, supplies, postage, miscellaneous document printing, all of your office supplies need temporary fencing and signage and equipment rentals that are necessary to complete the job. Our total general conditions, including on-site field office staff is $231,750. Our payment and performance bond rate was at 1% of the total price of the project. Our general liability insurance rate was at 1%. Our builder's risk insurance was at 0.5%, and our fee, as I mentioned before, is 15%. So, a couple of our detailed summary. We have a division in Division 1.